Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining today's call. All right, so what do we want to talk about in this call is first, let me share my screen real quick. Okay, so first things first, I wanted to remind you guys of this training that we have in the BPC system. Once you log into your account, there is a full section of training that covers each and every aspect of BPC system. And it has really detailed explanation, guidance, videos, everything is there that you can follow if you need any help with setting up your CRM or for social media connections, for setting up your AI system, or creating your basic automations. Everything is here. You can follow this step by step and see how it is done, and then you can easily do it yourself. Also, we have these weekly calls. If you have any questions, you can join the weekly calls to ask me anything that you are struggling with in the system. If you have any questions or anything you need to get done, you can join these calls and we can discuss in here. Um, Other than that, we have a YouTube channel, Book Profits Club, and you can watch all the videos there. We have a lot of material, a lot of guides for you for how-tos for BPC system, and also this call recording will be going there in the live section of the of YouTube. All right, so next thing is I wanted to remind you guys, if you guys haven't connected your email domain, please go to email services and connect your custom dedicated domain with your BPC system. And also for phone numbers, for sending SMS, get your A2P approved so that you can send SMS through your BPC system and make your marketing better. In this call, we will be discussing how to set up a successful webinar inside BPC system. I have made videos. I have conducted weekly calls regarding this before also, but I just wanted to do this again because if anyone needed any help and they couldn't find the recording or anything, so they can find it live on YouTube this way because it is going live there, and webinars are a thing. Webinars or masterclasses are a thing which BPC system members do a lot, and I would love to guide you guys how to use BPC system to its max for your webinars. All right, so what I did all was I just went into this section sites. Here you can find it on your left menu. There is a section called sites. You need to come here and then you need to go to this from the top menu. You need to go to webinars here. After that, you will have to create a new webinar funnel. So what is the webinar process is, it involves 3 steps. First, you have to invite people to the webinar, and it can be done through email campaigns, SMS campaigns, running ads on Facebook, Meta, and TikTok, or whatever your platforms are, wherever your audience is the most active, you need to put up your ads there to promote your webinar, and then or run email campaigns and SMS campaigns to get people registered, right? So that's the first step, get people to the landing page where they can register. Second is you need to have a landing page with the registration form. And the third part is once they register, then the confirmation emails and the reminders and post webinar nurture should be there. So this is a combination of 3 kind of marketing efforts. We have ads or email, like the outreach, getting people registered, and then following up with them. All right, so here we go. So now we are into sites and then into webinars. Now I will create a new webinar funnel from here, from this blue button. I will click on new webinar funnel. Now you need to see if it's a live webinar you're going to do or it's an on-demand pre-recorded webinar. right? So for example, we would like to go live, like live Zoom webinar. So that's how we can do it. So we will just click live webinar, click continue. What is your webinar name? So for example, I want to keep my webinar name as um, get your uh, uh, um, get your sales up in 7 weeks or 5 months, right? So in this webinar, we are talking about how to improve your sales, for example, and then you can select your time zone, date of the webinar. So maybe I want to do this webinar in maybe October. So I will just add in a date for that and a time for that, maybe 3 p.m. or 6 p.m. I click next. And then which form do I need to add for the webinar registration? So make sure you already have a webinar form, but here you can see we have some webinar forms in here. Webinar sales page form. This is in every BPC system members accounts already. So you can use this webinar sales page form. Then next, and add your live webinar link. So this link is basically this will be your Zoom link. So first you'll have to schedule a Zoom webinar or a meeting. And then you will have to paste the link here. So I will just use this Zoom meeting link here. Next is you need to choose a template. So I will choose this template, for example. So currently we are working on the second part first, and then we will move to the first and third part in the automations. Excuse me. Oh, there's an error to load template. Let's try again. Load, load, load. Oh my God. I think I'll have to refresh the page or something. Let's do that. I will do the same thing again. Live webinar, my webinar name. And I will select a date, a time, registration form, my Zoom link. Let's select the template. There seems to be a problem with the back end or something. Let's wait. Okay, let's try again. I would want to try the same in a different window. Yeah, it's given error. Okay, let's go to sites. Let's go to webinars, new webinar funnel. How to get your dates and date and time. Form. Meeting link. Let's select the template again. If this doesn't load, I will show you the template that I had already in there. Okay, yeah, I think there's some development going on in the system. That's why. So I will go to a previous webinar funnel that I had in here and we can look. So once you load the template, it will show up like this. There will be 3 pages. So first is webinar registration and third is confirmation. Let's go to the webinar registration page, click edit. And here is the landing page. And this is currently optimized for text, but because this was the template, but you can make the changes according to your brand. And you can actually get really good copy for your webinar page with ChatGPT. We can just ask ChatGPT to create a good copy for us. Just 1 second. Okay, so I will ask ChatGPT to create a webinar landing page, registration page copy for my webinar, how to get your sales up in 2 weeks. Double your sales in just 14 days without burning more ad spend. Let's add it in our page here. Sorry, here. So I will just replace this text with my ChatGPT thing. And then I would go here. And then I will do the subheadline. And subheadline goes here. And then call to action. CTA is call to action. Reserve your spot now. And then we can add it here. Because we have a form here and not a button, because we are giving the form in the first fold of the page, and that is really good. You need to make sure that the right form is connected. The form that will be here will be the one that you will choose while you were creating the page. This was created before that, so I didn't pull this same form we added there. So this is the form we have, name, email, and phone number. And then we can change the background by clicking on this section and then coming here in the images section, click this image file button, and then either upload an image, or you can search for image like sales, and it will give you some stock images also. So maybe we can use this one as good, showing a sales graph. Okay, so it has added it to my media, and let's go here. Let's try this again. Okay, here it is. Insert media. Something is wrong. I think some development is going on at the back end. Let's try another image. Okay, let me reload it. Save. And then reload. Then we have here is what you will learn in this webinar, what you shouldn't miss, why you shouldn't miss this, about the host, and final call to action. Let's see here. It's taking its time to load. It's taking forever. Just give me 1 second. I'm unsharing my screen for 1 minute. Just need to add the code. Okay, I'm back on. Okay, I'm gonna edit again. Wait, let's try to change the background image again. I will click here and I will click here. Great, it works now. So this, I have added this background image, and then you can, I want to change the color of this bar to something like this. And I don't want to add to my account. I would love to change my logo. And then I can change this line from here. Maybe this one, it would be good. Okay. And then financial solutions. So what we will learn, we can just replace it from here. So what you will learn in this webinar, we'll just go in and put it here. And then this, make sure, like, because obviously this is a sample webinar we are creating, so make sure that this aligns with what you will be discussing in the webinar. This is the most important thing. So I will just change this text here. I will go back in for the second one. Change it here. And change it here. I will just change the color to white. Right? And then you can find some good headlines for these ones, or this sentence. You can ask ChatGPT to create something for these also. And then you can change this image, add speakers. So I can maybe just change this like this. I can add another speaker if there is any. And then click on this image to change the person's image. Right? And then you can do the same with this one. Add the bios here for the speakers. And if it's only one bio, then you can just delete this columns. For example, if it's one speaker, then you can just add the bio here. Maybe I have the bio here. Yeah. So I will just add this here. And then you can add some of your testimonials to give some social proof. You can add images, text, whatever you have here, or videos. Videos are the strongest, by the way. And then we have an FAQ section here that is also good. What you can do is that you can click here. It's a list, and you can just change the list items. If you just click on list item 1, you can change the text from here. and just click on list item 2 to change the second question. You can ask ChatGPT to create some FAQs for you, and it will create and you can add it here. Unlock your path to a dream business, maybe. You can just change the text here. Discover the secrets of successful sales, ROI. Are you ready to transform your space? Are you ready to transform your business? Start your renovation journey. Can be start your learning journey or any suitable call to action here. Now, in the footer, you can change the color of the footer by clicking on the section and then going to the background color. You can make it according to your brand, and then you can put your logo here. Just select this image, go to this image part, and then select your logo. And then these are like, these can be your website pages link if they want to visit your website and your socials. So you can just link these, just highlight this and add a link in here, like facebook.com. Right? So these will become links when you add the links from here. Okay, so this is done. I will save this and then I will move to the next part, that what happens when they submit this form. One more thing you need to make sure of is once you click this form, it should not say use action from form builder. It should always be go to next page, because once they submit the form, we want to take them to the next page, that is the confirmation page. Make that change for sure. This is really important. Just click on the form and check redirection action should be go to next page. If it's not, you can drop down and select from here, go to next page. Now, let's switch the pages from here. To switch the pages of a webinar funnel, you can click here and go to the next page to edit this. That is webinar confirmation. So once they submit the form, they will come on this page. And you can do the same for this section also. If you want to remove this, if you want to change the background color of this section to maybe something blue that I added there. And then thanks for registering. You can change this. We can ask ChatGPT to create thank you page, copy. Thanks for registering for the webinar. How to get your sales. And then click here to watch the webinar. We can make it like click here to watch the webinar when it's time. And then this button needs to go to next page. So make sure that link to should be go to next page, right? And we can change the background color also of this. We can change the footer and add links. So this is the only thing that you need to do. You need to change the heading and click on the button, scroll down and check link to should be go to next page. Save this, then switch the pages again, webinar broadcast. Now do the same here also. Change the color of the background. And then reserve your spot. It should say click below to start watching at, for example, My webinar is on October 15 at 6 p.m. So I will just add it like this. Click below to start watching on October 15 at 6 p.m. Event start date. October 15. Six p.m. We can remove it from here if we are adding it below. Okay, so we can remove this part because we have, we have already have them scheduled. And then save my seat can be scheduled a one-on-one call with me, one-on-one discovery call. So that's how you can just add a link to capture any leads if they want to schedule a call with you. They can always come back here and then scroll down while selecting this button and always check that where it's leading to. So it's going to a pop-up currently. Let's see the pop-up settings from here, from the top menu. There's this file-like button that says pop-up settings. Click here. And then there's a pop-up and you need to click this pencil icon to change that. And then you can just add a form here or a calendar here. So first you will add a row and then add element and then calendar. So you don't you will select your discovery call calendar here. So that once they click that, the pop-up will open and they can schedule the call with you. Okay, so now this is an image that you can change. You can use your webinar flyer here or your headshot or anything like that. For now, I will just use an image that I have. So for example, this is my webinar flyer. So we can use it and then we need to actually add another button here that will take them to the webinar. So we will add, first we will add a row, no, section, full width, wait. I will go to quick add. I will do this to column. I will move this button here and then duplicate or clone this button. Now there are two. I will drag one to the other column like this, drag and drop. I will check this button and I will type here, start watching the webinar now. I might want to change the color of this one. And then I need to link this not to a pop-up, but to a website URL, and the website URL will be my Zoom call link. So this will be your actual webinar live link that you will use here, the Zoom link. And then so that once they click here, they can start watching the webinar and then you will save. Now we have the registration funnel ready. They come, they register, they receive the confirmation, and they go to this page. Now you need to, you will need the link of this page to add in the emails when they will, when you will be sending the email reminders or anything. You will be getting here and they will be getting here and then start watching the webinar. So now the next step is to go to step one. So we did step two. Step one was to remind for the webinar. Does anyone have any question up till now? Please unmute and ask your question if you have any.
Yeah, and I already have my Eventbrite set up and the event. How do I put it into the BPC system as events?
Okay, so you have the registration page ready for your webinar in Eventbrite. Now,
Right.
you would want that first you need to send the invitation to the people. That is step one. That will include your event page link, that is Eventbrite. So in email, you will be just the emails that I'm just going to create the automation. You will add the link of the Eventbrite registration page on those emails so that people can go and register. Now you want other reminders and everything to be received to them.
Yes.
Then you would want, then you would want to create an integration in Zapier with BPC System and Eventbrite. And it's really a simple kind of automation or integration that you need to create. And that can
Okay.
be done really easily. I can send you a video how to do that.
Okay, that would be great. Thank you. Thank
Perfect,
you so
amazing.
much.
Perfect. Or if I'll have some time, I can show that in here also.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you.
Perfect. Thanks. Okay. So now the first step is to create a sequence that will invite people for registering for the webinar. So I will start from scratch a new workflow. You will name it invite to webinar. And then you will add the form submission as a trigger. Form submitted, add filter, and the filter should be form is, because we need to actually tell it that when this specific form is submitted, only then trigger the workflow. If you don't add this filter, then if any form in your BPC system is submitted by anyone, this workflow will trigger. So this filter is really important to add in here. Next thing is that first you would want to send an email. The subject like, thank you for registering. And then it will have hi, first name, custom values, first name, comma. It will pick up contact's first name automatically. And then thank you for registering. And then you can just have these emails get ready from ChatGPT. Registering, and then it should have the webinar joining link. It should have the webinar topic. It should have the benefits they will get, little like a summary of the benefits, so that they can click on the joining link and everything. So it should have, this email should have these three things. The webinar registration link, sure, sorry, not joining link. Invite to webinar. I'm so sorry, I just got confused. This is not for registration, this is for invitation. So upcoming webinar, your topic, and then you can do something like register now. And then it should have the webinar registration link, topic, and benefits. And this should not be here, but there should be a well-written email with these 3 points. Okay, then first email goes out, then an SMS goes out, and SMS should also have these 3 things in there. And once that is done, then you would want a wait step so that you don't send only one email, you want to send a sequence to get more and more people registered. So I will just add a 1-day step, 1-day wait step, and then send the email and SMS again. So you can, the easiest way to repeat these steps is just click on the first one here, the 3 dots, and then copy all actions from here. So it will copy all these 3 actions, email, SMS, and wait, if I just click here, copy, okay, and then I will just click here, paste below from on this small icon. So it will paste below, and then I can do the same again, and I can do the same again. So now it has 4 emails and SMS. Now you will go here for email 2. You can change the copy, or for SMS 2, you can change the copy and update it. And save this workflow, and let's go back to see what will happen once they register. So for that, create a new workflow, start from scratch, and name it registered for webinar. Form submitted is webinar form. This means that they have registered, and you will do the same thing, send email. Thank you for registering. And it should have the joining link and everything. Joining link, date, time, etc. All these things. And the same goes for the SMS. Okay. I would also want to add a contact tag of webinar registrant so that we can track who has registered. And I would also like to remove them from the other workflow we just created for inviting them. Otherwise, it will keep sending them email every day, even if they have registered on the first day. So we have to remove from workflow, select another workflow, cross this out, and then select the name, invite to webinar. So you need to remove them from invitation workflow and then send email and SMS. Then we will add a special wait step here. That's won't be time delay, but wait for event or appointment time, right? So this will be sent before your webinar date time. Wait, before that, we need to add a step here. Set event time. So that the workflow knows what is the date of and time of your webinar. So for example, my webinar is on October 15 at 6 p.m. 6 p.m. It will set the time for this workflow, and then it will follow the wait timings according to this. If we miss this step, then the wait times won't work properly. So the wait for event appointment time, and before 2 days, if we want to send an email, we can do that. We will copy this specific step from here, paste it here, copy SMS, paste it here, and just change the copy for this, okay? So this is how, and then you can, so this is wait 2 days before. And then we can add another one, just to copy this, paste it here. And then maybe we want to send another 24 hours before. So we will say 1 day before and save it here. Copy all actions from here, paste here, email, SMS, just change like what they will receive 1 day before. Thank you for registering. So it can say your webinar is tomorrow, or the copy can be written from ChatGPT, but I'm just showing you here an SMS for the reminder, and then we would want to send another one 2 hours before, right? And save it, and then copy the email again. So what it will send 2 hours before, you can add that in this email. So this is how the registration and the confirmation works. Wanda, you will add, so the one that I created, invite to webinar, you will add your Eventbrite link in here where it says registration link, then it should have your Eventbrite link in this workflow. And by the way, I'm deleting this trigger because it was added mistakenly. Invitation should have only a trigger that will be a contact tag. Tag added, invite to webinar. So to whoever contact, we add the tag invite to webinar, they will start receiving the invitation emails.
Okay, great. Thank you.
So this, and then for the Zapier setup, what you would need to do is go to zapier.com, sign up for a free
Thank you, Anna.
Hi, can you guys hear me?
I can hear you now. Thank you so
Yes.
much. Yes. Would there be a replay? We'll get a replay of this.
Yeah, so you can go to YouTube channel and it will be in the live section.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Sure, Dr. Mayaba, thank you. So I will start sharing my screen again. And in here, you will see Eventbrite, and then trigger event will be new attendees registered. Then you can connect your Eventbrite account here. Once this is connected, then you will go to configure and just select which event you are talking about here, for which you have mentioned here, the trigger. And then the next step would be, so
Can y'all hear anything?
hey guys, sorry about that. It got disconnected. I'm sharing my screen again. So if you want, so did you get that part? The Eventbrite part? Guys, did you get the Eventbrite part?
No, can you repeat it?
Sure. So first you will add the trigger for Eventbrite, and the trigger event will be new attendee registered. Then you will need to connect your Eventbrite account here. Once this is connected, then you will go to configure. I can't go it right now because I have not connected any account. In configure, you will just select the event that you are registering for. And then in the next step, in the action, you will select lead connector. Lead connector is basically BPC system. So if you want to add anyone in BPC system, you will connect lead connector. Once you are here, then you will just click add update contact. And then select account. Like you will connect your BPC system account with this, and then test it, right? So once anyone registers, they will be entered into BPC system. You will need to map, after connecting the account, you might need to map something. So let's see here. I have a lead connector account in here. So you will need to add full name, email, phone number, and everything. And you will do that by clicking here, plus sign. And then, okay, so first we need to complete this step, connect the account here, but basically you will need to map the data from Eventbrite in these sections. And then you will mark it as true. And then in tags, just say webinar registrant. And then it will add them in BPC system. Yes, so this is how the Zap will be done. But if you guys need help with this kind of Zap, you can contact me and I can set this up for you. So this was it. If you guys have any questions, any queries, you can email me at bpcsystem@bookprofitsclub.com.
Okay, will you be able to stay on and help me?
Sure. So this is going live on YouTube, Dr. Mayava. I will send you another email link right after this.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, guys. Take care. Bye-bye. See you next Wednesday.
Bye-bye.